Okay, good morning guys, I'm Sherman Powell, and today we're going to do a walk around on this 2025 Chevy Silverado LT 2500 series truck. This particular one is equipped with a Trail Boss package. That's a little bit higher lift, about 2-inch lift, offering firmer shocks, Rancho shocks, and the Z71 trim, both being off-road trims. This particular vehicle is equipped with a 6.6 liter diesel engine that produces 470 horsepower, and if I remember, like 975 foot-pounds of torque. Very powerful for its class, but more importantly, and what seems to be dominating the market for this vehicle, is that 10-speed Allison transmission. Built tough, everybody who does any real pulling wants this transmission. But this vehicle has a 159-inch wheelbase. Why is wheelbase important? If you are towing, if you're pulling a load, lots of vehicles have power to pull the load, but the longer wheelbase gives you stability in handling the load and in maneuvering. It's a 250-inch front to rear frame, again giving you plenty of stability. With its capacity to pull, it can pull up to 18,500 pounds in its benign trim. But if you add the max trailering package, now you can get up to 20,000 pounds towing capacity. Again, being able to fit it for what you need. This particular one is equipped, because of the Trail Boss edition, the higher clearance side steps. Traditionally, you'll see your side steps a little bit closer to the ground, so it's easier for everyone to get in. But in this off-road trim, it expects to be off-road a little bit more, so it's got a higher clearance from those side steps. Once you get past the side step area, I think it's something that GM has done this truck buyers seem to love, is this additional step behind the cab that will allow you to access the rear cargo box without having to go through the tailgate. If you're doing any fifth wheel pulling, this is very important, because you may need to access something back here while you've got your fifth wheel attached to the vehicle. That makes it so much more beneficial. As we move back toward the end, this is something that's on every General Motors truck, but I just wonder why nobody else thought of it, is the bumper step. It makes it so much easier to access this information back here without necessarily having to open the tailgate or to step on the wheels. It just made sense. It made really good sense. A couple of years ago, GM redesigned the four-wheel drive system, which again was very important to me. I think made it so much easier to access. From here, you've got an automatic mode, four-wheel drive high, four-wheel drive low, and a two-wheel drive mode, as well as transmission modes that can shift from normal to sport to off-road mode. It makes it able to be configured for almost any need. GM's focus is about making this vehicle driver friendly, that the technology is usable without being cumbersome. By having wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, once we pair the phone with the vehicle, that now translates to the infotainment screen, and now you just get in the vehicle and put it into the wireless charging bin for your vehicle your phone to remain charged, but all the information accessible on the screen or with voice command. Google built-in is another advancement that I think is really, really, really good for everyday drivers. I told a gentleman the other day, it's amazing to be able to drive down the road, your mind on 100 different things, you get a text notification. Now you can simply ask that the text message be written aloud, or that you can dictate a text message, and your hands are still on the wheel, not having to touch the phone itself while the phone is charging. Same thing for navigation instructions or commanding the vehicle for things like changing radio or changing cabin temperature, those kind of things. Those things that are normal and natural, like interior capacity. You've got room for 6 passengers, depending on the configuration of the center console. It's always been a hardworking and beautiful truck, but now General Motors has made it accessible and easy to use for almost anyone.